In 2045, people live in towers made from stacked trailers, while the most valuable place on Earth is not a country, a city, or even a piece of land. It is the OASIS. Inside it, people work, learn, shop, date, fight, and become anyone they want. Outside it, reality is collapsing. That makes IOI an easy villain. Nolan's Sorrento wants to control the OASIS and turn almost everything players see into advertising. But here is the uncomfortable question. What if the OASIS had already captured humanity before IOI ever tried to buy it? The platform does not need to cover your vision with ads to control your life. It only needs to become the place you cannot afford to leave. We have already seen a much smaller version of that power. In 2016, Pokémon Go sent millions of people into streets, parks, and public spaces to catch creatures that were not physically there. Within the 8 weeks, Niantic reported more than 500 million downloads and 4.6 billion kilometers walked. Researchers also measured increases in physical activity and changes in how people moved through cities. Pokémon Go did not trap people inside a virtual world. It proved that a game could reorganize movement in the real one. Now imagine something far more compelling. One platform containing your friends, job, education, money, entertainment, and public identity. At that point, logging out would not feel like taking a break from a game. It could feel like disappearing from society. That is why I think Ready Player One hides a second villain behind IOI. Sorrento is openly greedy. He sees attention as empty space that can be sold. He wants more ads, more control, and more profit from every second a player remains connected. Halliday appears to be his opposite, shy, nostalgic, and genuinely in love with games. But Halliday also built an entire civilization around his private memories. After his death, millions study the movies, music, relationships, and games he loved because understanding one dead billionaire becomes the path to wealth and control of the world's most important platform. Sorrento wants to commercialize attention. Halliday turns attention into worship. They are not morally equal. IOI uses debt, surveillance, intimidation, and violence. But both systems depend on the same resource: people continuing to look, play, and remain inside. And this is where the movie almost argues against itself. At the end, Wade closes the OASIS on Tuesdays and Thursdays, so people will spend more time in reality. It sounds healthy, but think about what that decision reveals. One private owner can decide when an entire civilization is allowed to log in, and when billions of people are forced back outside. The problem was never only the wrong person controlling the OASIS. The deeper problem was that any person could control something society could no longer function without. Replacing Sorrento with Wade may produce a kinder ruler. It does not remove the throne. Our next OASIS probably will not arrive as a giant headset and announce, "Welcome to the virtual world." It will arrive piece by piece. A game that maps the streets. An app that holds your friendships. A platform paying your salary. A digital identity required to enter important spaces. An AI making every experience perfectly personal. Pokémon Go showed that a digital reward could move crowds through physical cities. The next system may not ask us to play. It may simply make participation necessary. And once leaving means losing your work, community, money, and identity, the company will not need to lock the door. It will not need to force us to stay. We will keep ourselves inside.